newsletter. Once again, a lot of good information all around the nation. A few things going on, Doug. The lead story was a follow-up of Attorney General candidate here in Arizona, Lacey Cooper. If you want to know who Lacey is, you might want to follow up with a read on that. And I think probably the big ongoing issue that we have here is the lake levels at Lake Mead, Lake Powell. Doug, what's your update on that?
Well, as you know, I watch this on a weekly basis, and my only comment would be that, water levels keep dropping, and they drop anywhere from about a half a foot to a foot on a weekly to biweekly basis. It's certainly not good. There is no resolution to this at all, short of lots of rain. But it really has a huge impact, obviously, on not just the citizens, but there's a conservation impact as well. So it's coming. Bad news coming down the road for us, But in our newsletter, I'll give you those updates as well.
Okay.
Around the country, Don. In Ohio, gun owners 21 or older can carry a concealed handgun without a permit. Excuse me. That's happening across the country, and especially because of the decision by the Supreme Court this past week. You're going to be allowed to do that no matter where you go. In the state of Washington, they found a dead grizzly that had washed ashore on a state beach. Now, what's interesting about this is they have never seen a grizzly on that beach, washed up or otherwise.
Really?
They don't have that many grizzlies in that state. Where it came from, they have no clue. It had, it deteriorated quite a bit, so it's been in the water for some time. Where it came from, they don't know. So, in Oregon, there was poachers that had to pay over $15,000 for taking a bull elk and a buck deer. Boy, price and the penalty for poaching is unbelievable. I couldn't handle it myself. Running down the list here, we have these wind turbines off the coast of Maryland. Now, that is a major concern for not just sport fishermen, but commercial fishermen as well. They're starting to raise a ruckus about this thing because their issues are running into these dang things, and or they disturb the bottom of the ocean, which is where they fish, with crabs and lobsters, etc. It's a problem. Not sure how well that's going to turn out.
Who's raising the biggest ruckus on this?
Well, that's the commercial fishermen.
Yeah, but what are they commercial fishing? Are they fishing pelagics or bottom fish? What?
They're on the bottom. That's what I meant by that. This destruction of the bottom because of these windmills is tearing up their livelihood. They pulled, they're pulling things off the bottom of the ocean, and that's going to destroy their fishery, basically.
Well, yeah, I get their I get their concerns, but I'm one not in favor of wind power. I think that's another glass of failed Kool-Aid that the Biden administration wants us to drink, swallow, and enjoy, and I can't. At the very least, if this thing does go forward, they're going to have to be able to maneuver around the structures. But that said, the structures going into the bottom, regardless of what happens to that bottom in the interim, will create its own ecology base around the structure. So I get what they're hollering about. The whole thing has failed, and once again, this is the Biden administration's failed policy, more of it. It's the same thing here in Arizona. The Navajo Nation just drank a whole quart of Kool-Aid and have blessed wind turbines on the Indian Nation in northern Arizona. And
Right.
one interesting thing about that, if the wind's not blowing, you're not creating energy, and it takes more energy to manage and distribute than they create. So the pragmatic view question is, what's the point?
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Don. Lastly, just a note of interest down in Florida. The largest python was ever captured in Florida. It was about 18 foot long. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
215 pounds, 17 foot 7 inches. Not a, they're all over Florida, of course, but this happens to be the record.
Yeah,
That's it.
that is absolutely. Well, they talked about using a scout snake. What are they talking about using a scout snake?
Well, this is a smaller python, okay, and they implant a transmitter in that small snake, and they watch where that snake goes, and this is how they track down the larger ones. That's basically what they were saying. They wouldn't be able to find these otherwise, I don't think. So that's what's going on. They put it in a male who was looking for a breeding female, and that's what they found.
Interesting.
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
at the end of the capture, what's the disposition of this record python?
I don't know. They didn't say in the article. I don't know what they do with these. I assume there's something to do with science to start off with.
Yeah, I'd
destroy.
like
don't
to
know.
see them make boots out of them.
Well, you can buy those, like crocodile shoot boots. So yeah, you can buy python boots. But I don't know. I don't know the disposition of it.
Huh.
Oh, that's it.
Interesting. Yeah, it just does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's interesting news. And then we have the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament results. They had 266 boats and a record-breaking purse of over $5,800,000. Huge.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But there were several that took some good-sized payouts on that. Second place, she got $426,000. She, by the way. And third place did a $283,000. So there you go.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, there was quite a payout on this thing all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just huge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, the one thing I need to look in, by the way, Don, is up in Montana, they reopened the northern sector of Yellowstone River. And I would love to, I got to get into the details on some of the, like the Madison River, you know, the impact on some of those trout streams, trout rivers. And I'll do that this week. I'd like to know what's going on.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and then there's for the crappie guys out there, there's a some information on the top 6 crappie bait colors from Bobby Garland and some of those producers. That looks like the old shrunken version of a bass assassin, more or less. So.
Well, you know, and I don't fish crappie. I don't know what colors make sense. But
John Deere,
kind of things.
John Deere, green and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, you can go to TTI Blakemore for additional information on catching crappie. They've got a whole crappie line there.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's called Mr. Crappie, and that's some of the most crappie catching technology on the planet. So that's Team
You know,
Crappie
next
at
week,
TTI
Don,
Blakemore.
we can, we can check with James next week on what's popular up on his on the Mother Lake, Roosevelt. See what the
Well,
color
he's
choices are
he's
there.
he's always going to go back to a John Deere, which
Mhm.
is about the color. If you go to TTI Blakemore in their homepage, they've got a nice sized crappie with a chartreuse type color sticking out of his face. So
Yeah. You know, I will make a comment. I saw this video on the bug hatch for walleye. And it didn't say exactly where this was, but I'm pretty sure this was up on Lake Erie because I'm very familiar with that bug hatch. That's incredible. Every year, the number of bugs that come out. And you can hardly ride in an open boat without being blasted by these bugs. So, at any rate, I didn't know the walleye ate them, to tell you the truth.
yeah.
All right.
All right. What else you got?
That's it.
Okay, if you guys don't get the newsletter, you can sign up for that at huntingfishing.com. Doug, thanks a lot. We'll do this again next week. I'm Don McDowell with Doug, St. George, Utah, and we'll talk to you